everyone, and welcome to the Talks A Lot Boys. I am Tyler, and I am joined, of course, by the lovely, lovely boys. I got Brennan.
What's going on, everybody?
And I got Kyle.
How's it going, party people?
And today, we're doing something a little bit different. One of our favorite bands of all time, Dance Gavin Dance, just released their brand new album, so we decided, you know what, we're gonna do a little old review of what we think of this beautiful, magnificent piece of musical wonderment, and just to add some extra challenge, because we are very opinionated folks, and we base our entire channel on arguing with each other and coming up with lists. So we're gonna do a power rankings after we discuss our initial thoughts, and we're gonna order the songs in order of least good to most good, which is going to be a fucking challenge because every single song on this album is a banger.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's just get right into it, guys, because I've wanted to talk to you about this all day long. What are your just initial thoughts on this beautiful album called Afterburner?
Well, Brennan, would you like to begin?
I'll begin. But it's like this weird mixture of them kind of branching away and like finding even more diversity in their music. Like DGD, we're not going to argue, they are a very experimental kind of band.
Incredibly.
And yeah, like in Mothership, like they came out with songs that like I couldn't even fathom they were even possible musically. And pretty much in all of their albums they have like, you know, like some sort of resemblance of that. But like this one, they take it to like next levels. Like Will Swan always has a way of like coming up with crazy effects and ways of like layering, like how the two guitars will like play amongst one another. And man, he just masters it, like all the different effects, and just creates like it's like unique, but it's not, because you know it's Dance Gavin Dance, they're gonna go that way. But I mean, even more so on this record. Plus, it had like more of like a darker vibe, especially like the second half of the album was like kind of like sad. Honestly,
Yeah, it's weird. It almost feels like half the album is like very upbeat and uplifting, and then the other half of the album is like very dark and bleak.
Yeah, it's really, dude. Like
it's
the
really
first
like
thing,
a mixed bag, and it's really great.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because like the first thing that came to my mind, like when I finished like the first full listen at fucking midnight last night, was variety. Because I think this is like, I would argue to say this is like the most variety they've put into a single album so far.
I can agree with that.
When you have Calentamiento Global,
right.
I mean,
when you have a song that's like all in Spanish, you know, I think
the fucking
they've hit the
butt
peak
rock,
of, like
what
variety in an album.
It's so and then you got the stuff with Bill Murray that's just like way like EDM-ish shit, and like
right, like that song literally just like turns into a Bill Murray song for a verse, and then just goes back to DGD, and then goes into rap, and then goes back to DGD. I'm like, man.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this album impressed me more than I was expecting it to, especially coming off the heels of Artificial Selection, which, if you don't know, is the last album they put out. It was last year, right? Last summer?
2
no,
years ago.
2018.
Yep.
Was it 2018? Wow, it feels like it was a lot sooner than that.
I know, time flies.
Yeah. But 2 years ago, they put out an album called Artificial Selection, which, I mean, at the time, I thought was, like, their best album, in my opinion, because that album fucking slaps. But this one kind of, like, honestly took it to another level. I mean... Yeah,
honestly, like, I think I'll have to sit on it for a little while before I can definitively say that this album is better than Artificial Selection. But right now, I'm feeling that. I really am.
Yeah. It is just so... And, like, you made a really good point, Brennan, that, like, the layering that they use in this is absolutely madness. There are a couple songs where, like, what is happening, like, instrumentally is bonkers. Like, all I see on Twitter right now when I look up, like, people reacting to it is people being like, instrumentals when? Because, like, everyone just wants to, like, hear just purely the crazy amount of shit they made in the background.
Oh, right. Like, yeah, on my third or fourth listen through of the album today, like, I was just trying to really like focus in on all of the instrumental parts, just try to pick apart all the intricacies that Will Swan is like throwing in there. And like, man, there was just some nutty stuff in there. Like, you don't even catch some of it the first time you listen to it because there's just so much going on. like every time you listen to it, you'll find like another little nugget of grooves, and you're just like, oh man, how could anybody even like come up with this in their head to mix all this together into a song?
I had a song that like I legitimately thought was going to be like near the bottom of my like personal rankings when I was like just trying to figure it out myself, and like the more I listened to it and the more I like really like keyed into like the little intricacies and everything that was happening to it, it's now in my top 5 of the whole album.
Damn, all right.
Like I was just like, oh my god, this song's incredible. Like the first time I think I was just more focusing on the lyrics. I was just kind of like, all right, we're going through the album, you know, whatever, and like I didn't really like give it like the full attention that it deserved, and it went from like near the bottom to near the top, and I love it so much.
Yeah, there were a few songs that like didn't necessarily grab me a ton on my first listen of the what do I call it? It's not like a viewing. My first
hearing, I don't know.
Hearing of the album.
Like,
that sounds wrong, but we'll
your
go
first
with
like
that.
like listen through.
Yeah, we'll go with that. My first exposure to the album, I guess. There were some songs that didn't particularly grab me as much as other songs, but then like the more I listen to each of the songs, the more I can appreciate each one for what it is, and I have come to the conclusion that there's literally no bad songs on the album. I would even say that there's not even really any mediocre songs on the album, with like maybe a couple exceptions. Like, it's just all super clean, super good. Like, I don't even know. Like, ranking this shit is gonna be a nightmare.
I mean, do we want to even attempt to hop into it?
We're gonna have to. So
I just want to say, when Kyle was talking about like the intricacies, so last night when the album came out, I listened to it on my Audio-Technica headphones, and then when I woke up, I listened to it on my soundbar with my sub, so I get like the bass, like the true like how hard the album actually hits. And then I was driving to my mom's house earlier, and I listened to it like in my truck, like, you know, that kind of surround sounds. Like, I've tried to like listen to like all of like the different mediums I could possibly listen to this album through, and every single like different medium I found like a different thing I didn't hear before. And it's just the layers, like the there's so much, like it's like just a Shrek fucking onion, dude. There's so many layers.
There's too many layers.
There's never too many layers.
It's the fucking Jiggler all over again, man.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like, it blew me away. Like, just the variety, the complexity, and like just all of it. Like, it's just so fucking much, and I love it. Intricacy.
Yes.
I can finally say that word.
That is the word.
So I think it's safe to say that we all really, really dig this album. 5 out of 5 from all of us. Go listen to it if you haven't listened to it. Especially go listen to it before you listen to this next part of the podcast, because we are about to break our very souls and try to determine how to order these songs by quality and tastiness. So I don't want to do this, but we're gonna. So
it has to be done.
Here's a rundown of all the songs on the album in the order that they are presented. We've got Prisoner. We've got Lyrics Lie. We've got the Spanish one that I'm not going to try to say.
Calentamiento Global.
That sounds correct. We got Three Wishes. We got One in a Million. We got Parody Catharsis, Strawberries Wake, Born to Fail, Parallels, Night Sway, Say Hi, Nothing Shameful, featuring Andrew Wells, and Into the Sunset, featuring Bill Murray.
Andrew Wells of Idola.
Oh, yeah. So, I guess to start out, let's just throw out the songs that we know for a fact are not going to be in the bottom half of this list, because we're going to have to start from the bottom and work our way up. That is how this works. I am going to say, just right off the bat, the ones that are not going to be in the bottom half.
Okay.
Lyrics Lie, Strawberries Wake.
Okay.
Agreed.
One in a Million.
Absolutely.
Parody Catharsis.
Absolutely.
Nothing Shameful, and Into the Sunset. I would say all of those are not even in contention for bottom spots.
Interesting.
Those are my opinions.
Even though it's a Bill Murray song, I disagree with Into the Sunset.
Why?
I just like I don't know. I feel like Born to Fail and Parallels, even though they're like kind of sad, I don't know. I just enjoy them better.
I don't agree.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Well, I guess, I mean, I'll get it out of the way because it's the only one that I feel is like, well, there is a song that I think is the weakest link to me, and it's Parallels, personally.
So, yeah, I think Parallels is definitely a weaker one. Granted, take all of this with like a huge, like whatever.
Yeah,
like,
this is,
we love every song on this album.
This is all
we
extremely
have to put one near
subjective.
the bottom. So like, this is not to shit on any of these songs or to say that any of them are bad, but like, in the context of having to rank these, I definitely think Parallels is weaker than a lot of these other songs.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
The way that I tried to like work myself into like deciding what was near the bottom, because all these songs are really good. I will definitely like just turn this album on, hit shuffle, and listen to it entirely. Like there's without a doubt that will happen. But I was like, what songs am I going like at this point? Because obviously this could change as we listen to it more. This is like our 24-hour reaction, less than 24-hour reaction. The songs, I was like, what songs will I not go out of my way to listen to? Like, what songs, if I'm like, oh, I want to start with this song, like, what songs aren't going to be in that list of songs that I would just go straight for? And I figured out my personal 3 that I wouldn't just immediately pick. And I know this is going to be a little controversial amongst you guys. It's Parallels, 3 Wishes, and Nothing Shameful.
I don't agree with 3 Wishes, but we all know that I like that song more than most people. So I mean, I'm prepared to like suck it up and put that on like the bottom half of the list, even though I like it a lot. But yeah, I don't think it's the worst.
And I don't think it's the worst either. I think that 3 Wishes is a song that I really dig, but I don't think there's anything that really jumps out at me in 3 Wishes. Like, it's a good song and like it's relaxing and fun. And when I hit shuffle on that album and it comes up, I'm going to enjoy it when I hear it.
Yeah.
But it's not one that I'm just like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm going to listen to 3 Wishes right now. I'm going to go, oh, fuck yeah, 1 in a million is coming on. I'm ready to go.
I would say that, like, you're right. Like, 3 Wishes is not as complex or intricate as most DGD songs, especially, like, a DGD banger. Like, it does not hit that level. But I appreciate it for the fact that it hits a completely different vibe than like any other song that they do. Mm-hmm. Like, it's very smooth, it's very upbeat, it's very uplifting, and I personally could see myself jumping straight to it if that's the vibe I want to go for. Like, I don't think it falls flat. I think it stands out on its own, and it was worth being a single. But
it was such a good example for a single, because this album, like we were talking about before, it has so much variety that having that song be a very different vibe for them amidst their 4 singles that they released is a really good way to just like show off what this album is about to like completely encompass. So I really appreciate it for what it is. And you're right, like if I have that vibe, I'm definitely gonna be pulled to it a little bit more than like fucking Born to Fail, which starts out really fucking heavy. Like
oh yeah. In my notes I just have lots of John Mass.
Oh yeah, dude. Fucking Born. I was
and
like,
that's not
wow.
a bad thing. I like that, dude. Like the part at the end of Born to Fail where it's like the harmonies with the screaming on top of it. It's like, it's so tasty, man.
Holy fuck,
dude. Born to Fail and Say Hi, like, begin. They're almost like secret band songs.
Right, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like that, like just the vibe I get. It's just, and I think this album, like, they let John Mass do a lot of stuff.
They really did. And like based on the singles, I thought they were gonna kind of pull him back a little more, but like then in the actual album, he's very prominent in most of the songs, which I appreciate because I like John Mass.
Oh, I fucking love John Mass.
Fuck yeah.
God damn.
I will say that like the ones that kind of fell flat for me compared to the other ones, like the songs that did not really stand out to me, would be Night Sway, Say Hi, and Parallels. I thought that those 3 were the ones that were not my all-time favorites.
You didn't think Say Hi jumped out to you, really?
Not personally. Like, I like it, and I think it was good, and I'm gonna have to like say that every time I try to make a point.
Oh
to,
yeah,
put
well, I think that's just,
like I did like it. Like I thought it was good. It's just I don't think, compared to the other songs, like nothing about it really jumped out at me. It was just kind of standard DGD fare. Like, it's not one I would jump to listen to.
Yeah,
randomly, you know.
my initial like first listen, that was like in my top 3. Like when I heard it, it
wow.
fucking hit me, dude. I was like,
Okay.
because I was like looking at the lyrics for it, and it fucking hit me so hard. I wow, dude. Like first, like it's a heavy ass song, like it is like in theme and in music. I was like, holy fuck, dude. So it hit me pretty hard in the heart, which is why initially I was like, fuck yeah, and then like as like quintessential listens, I don't know, that's not the word, but whatever.
Sequential
Listens. Quintessential. Anyways, fucking
It's all good.
It slowly dropped down a little bit in my list, because you're right, it's not when I think of DGD, that's not the sound I'm imagining. Right. But like it's still a fucking banger. Like I appreciate it a ton for what it is, because it is very well written, I will say.
I know that Brennan, you had said that you didn't think Into the Sunset was worth being toward the top. But like, I would like to pitch my argument for that, because I think that like, while it's I don't think it's like the best song on the album by any stretch, but like I think the fact that it tries so many different things and the song kind of like takes you on this journey, I think it encapsulates a lot of things that make a good DGD song a good DGD song. You know, like it starts out with like a surf rock vibe, and then it goes into like a trap thing, into a Bill Murray song, back into like a Tillian groove, into a rap verse, and then there's like a really catchy like, you know, John Mess screamo chorus. Like I think it just has so much to offer that it deserves to at least be on the higher end of the list. Just objectively, I think it accomplishes a lot as a song.
Oh yeah, I completely get the argument. I just like for me, like I understand like Parallels is probably more like towards the bottom for you guys, but like in that song, and we know DGD, they're a band of transition, and there's a part where like, you know, like they're like the song's like somewhat uplifting, and then out of nowhere, like the kind of like everything goes quiet for a second. All of a sudden you hear like just some like guitar, like I'm not even attempt to make the sound of it. You hear some guitar, and then all of a sudden it just goes in like this hard hitting, like sad, like emotional kind of ride, at least for me. And then like Tillian, like he's singing, but it's kind of like it's like taking steps. Like that's like the only way I can like describe it.
Is it like the swing beat part?
Yeah.
Yeah,
where he's just like, I just need a little bump or something to...
Yeah. That I wrote down in my notes, because that part really stood out to me. Because I'm like, the swing beat is... I don't think it, like, saves the song from, like, being lower on my list, but it's definitely worth noting that, like, that really mixed things up in that song, and I appreciated that.
Yeah, and even like, before that, like right before that, like I said, it's just, like, just the transition of it just sounded so amazing to me. Like, where it's, like... You know, it's a song, like, it's going, and all of a sudden everything, like, quiets down, and then it's just like a little, like, you know, guitar action, and then all of a sudden John Mess just hits you right in the mouth, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, the swing beat comes, and it's like, wow, there's, like, so much, like... Now, like, granted, like I say, there's a lot of variety there, but to help your side of the fence, like, Into the Sunset's literally nothing but variety.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I really dig Into the Sunset. It's near the top personally for
No,
me.
it's like every like yeah, they went with variety, but like everything was like tasteful.
Yeah.
Like Bill Murray, like you said, it literally just turns into a fucking Bill Murray song. And then all of a sudden it's like I'm listening to like, you know, Thickly or something, like
Right.
like I'm like, it's just amazing. So
And I thought Nothing Shameful was kind of in the same boat, where it felt like more of an experience for me, because it's a longer song. There's a lot of transitions. The fucking when Idola guy comes in, I forget his name. I'm just gonna refer to him as Idola guy.
Andrew Wells.
Yeah, Andrew Wells. Like when he comes in and then it drops down, and it's just this like, his voice is just fucking beautiful. And
Oh
like,
yeah.
The music just starts building back up. Like it literally gives me goosebumps every single time I listen to that. Like it is just, oh man. It is a fucking experience. Like that song does things. It's
that's one of the best vocal features I've ever heard.
For sure. Like it's even better than his vocal feature on the last album, and I thought that was perfect. So like I definitely think that one deserves to be toward the top 2 if for no other reason, just for that vocal feature.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
for
know.
shizzle.
I personally didn't connect her with Nothing Shameful, but I'm not a huge Andrew Wells guy. Don't know a lot about him or like
That's
his
fair.
stuff he did before. So I guess it didn't really like immediately like obviously I saw Bill Murray feature. I was like, oh fuck, and I hopped to it. And then
Right.
like there was the Andrew Wells. I was like, I don't know who that guy is. Like I like know some of the stuff he's done, but like I don't like know him as readily as Bill Murray.
fair.
And so when I listened to it, I was digging it, but I was just like, it's a good song. I like it. I dig it. But like I'm like, Andrew Wells, whatever, you know. It's not Tillian, you know. but
Fair enough.
but
I mean,
but
fair
I
enough.
honestly don't think I gave it enough of a chance personally to like fight for it to be lower, which I don't think is fair for it. So I mean, I'm down for whatever you guys feel for that one.
I would just say that like I think like that song just has a lot of like riff diversity too, which is really nice. But like just the fact that like I listened to that song 6 times today, and every single time it went to the vocal feature where the music built back up, it gave me goosebumps every time. And I'm like, that has to mean that it's like objectively good if that is happening to me. I don't know if
Dopamine.
people react to that the same way as me, you know, but just from my viewpoint, I think that it deserves to be on the higher end of the list.
I definitely think that like it seems as if that song should be like midfield to slightly above that.
Yeah.
As far as we're talking, because like I think I agree that it's a good song, but I think there are songs that do outclass it.
There are songs out classic. Can we all agree that 1 in a Million is the best song on the album?
It is absolutely.
Can we just like put that out there right now?
Yeah. Let's just say it.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
1 in a Million. It is in contention for one of my favorite DGD songs of all time.
It is
I
so
adore it.
fucking good, dude. Like my
Holy
notes,
shit.
I just have funky AF, tasty riffs, harmonies are epic, dope, all caps, underlined, 3 stars, and then I
Holy
just
fuck.
every time I listened to it, I just solidified my points. I was like, no other song in this album is fucking ramming me in the ears as hard as this one in a good way, you know?
That was like the
In a
only
good
thing I was
way.
worried about going into this was that you guys were gonna be like, 1 in a Million fucking suck. I was like, I swear to
No,
God,
not
thank
at
the
all.
Lord. Thank the Lord.
That song is a fucking banger. 11 out of 10. Like,
absolutely. It is
God tier song.
It is
I'm
incredible.
saying it. Like, you can disagree with me in the comments, whatever, but like, I am putting my foot down.
Yeah.
1 in a Million. I'm saying that it's the number 1 song on the album.
It is my personal number 1 when I did my personal like figuring.
It sounds
outs.
like Brennan does not necessarily agree with this though.
Well, I definitely think it's at least within the top 2.
Do you think Strawberry's Wake is better?
I mean, see, like whenever you talked about, you know, oh my god, dope, fucking exclamation points and like underlines, like that's exactly how I felt. But I also felt that way when I first heard Strawberry's Wake.
Oh, me too.
And like, granted, it like, also I've had more time to like digest Strawberry's Wake, but like,
Right.
but like 1 in a Million, like I think they're like neck and neck for me. Like I can't just say like, oh my gosh, this one's like a mile ahead of fucking one of the other.
Yeah. Well, here's my logic, because like Strawberry's Wake was my number 1 and I bumped it down. I'm going to fight for that to be number 2. Because like, as you know, because I've had conversations with you about like how much I love Strawberry's Wake and how I think that's like one of the greatest songs I ever wrote. But I think like as a DGD song, I think that 1 in a Million checks a lot more boxes than Strawberry's Wake. The main reason that Strawberry's Wake resonates a lot with me is because of the lyrics. Like,
Oh, yeah.
It's very deep, very personal. It's very much like, it's very relatable to me because it really spoke to like personal experiences that I was going through, especially around the time that the song came out. So that's like the main reason that I really like that song, because it just kind of, you know, really, really like sunk into my soul, you know, like it's very rare that a DGD song has lyrics that are like actually like impactful to me, you know, because normally you're getting things about like sitting on a dildo pile and like all this crazy bullshit, but like having a song come out and just kind of speak to my soul and be like, you know, just directly speaking to things that I'm going through, and it kind of helped me to grow in a way, as cheesy as that sounds, like that in and of itself makes it like a super high tier song for me. But I think still as a song, I think 1 in a Million is still kind of structured better and checks a lot more boxes as far as like quintessential DGD bangers go. So
I'll give you that.
That's my argument for those.
All right. What is the worst song on this album?
Yeah, we got to make a decision. I think it's going to be between, and I know, Kyle, that you're not going to like this. I think it's going to be between Prisoner or Parallels, maybe? It's definitely between Prisoner and something. I know, like, Prisoner's a good song, but I just don't think it holds up compared to a lot of the other ones.
I was fully prepared to go into this for you guys to put Prisoner low. I did not think it was going to get the bottom. But yeah. What do you, Brennan, I want to hear what you think about Prisoner.
For me, it's not the worst song. I don't think it's the worst song.
Okay.
I think, and this kind of goes like along with other albums. Dance Gavin Dance always releases a really short but really tasty song, like The Cuddler, Frozen One. I kind of put Flash in the last album in that regard.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that's close to that in this album is Night Sway.
Yeah.
And Night Sway, it doesn't have, like, the chorus is okay, like Tillian definitely has some good parts, but like other than like a good 30 seconds, 45 seconds of the song, I'm like not grabbed. Like for me, like Night Sway, because every other song in the album is like at least like 3.5 minutes. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But like it, like for me, like they always have like that one like really short, really tasty song that I wish was just a little bit longer. And this album didn't have that. And like Night Sway was like the closest thing to that, and it wasn't that tasty for me. So for me, I think the worst song is Night Sway.
Honestly, I can agree with that because I think I like all the songs. I like Night Sway. It's a good song. But if we're talking about the one that has to take the worst spot, I think you're right. I think Night Sway is going to take it because I don't even really have any notes for that one. Like it just kind of, it was there, but it's not something I would ever like jump to listen to. It was really short. It just didn't really leave much of an impact compared to the other songs. So I can definitely agree with putting Night Sway in the bottom spot.
Earlier I had mentioned that there were 3 that I wouldn't like jump to immediately, and so that would be 13, 12, and 11 on my personal rankings. The one right above that just barely edged out for me was Night Sway, and that's strictly because I listened to it a couple more times since like my initial listening, and I realized that it's pretty damn groovy. And that's the only reason why it slipped up to that place, and there's really not more to that than that. I mean, on my initial listening, it was like the one that I was just like waiting to put because I couldn't put it anywhere because things kept getting put ahead of it personally when I was doing it. So I'm not opposed with putting Night Sway at the bottom. It hurts because
I know
it's a groovy fucking
anything
song.
we put there is gonna hurt, but something has to take the spot.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I think if the only thing it has going for it is it's groovy, which every other song on the album also checks that box. I think since Night Sway doesn't do much other like than that, I think we have to put that in the bottom spot. So I'm gonna lock that in right now.
Let's do it.
Night Sway is taking the 13th spot.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I remember the first time I heard it, I was playing World of Tanks, and like I heard like Tillian singing in the background. I'm like, oh, this song sounds good. But then like after I quit playing and like I listened to the song like fully, I'm like, it's good.
Yeah,
definitely. And like that's the thing, like every song on this album is good. Like,
yeah,
like there's no song that I think
keep
that just
reiterating
sucks.
that. Yeah,
you know? Yeah. And I mean, like, we're gonna keep saying it, but that's just like a blanket statement that we're just gonna keep making. All of these songs are great. We're not shitting on any of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
think about like we're not saying this is the worst song. It's like that is the A tier song, and everything above that is like S tier, double S tier, triple S tier. Like,
yeah, you know? this is in contention for my favorite album.
Oh, same.
I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah, like we said earlier, I think that I need more time to sleep on it, but it's either this or Artificial Selection are the best album they've ever put out. So
those are the two.
It is like an immaculate album.
Which I'm amazed that more people aren't up on that album.
Artificial Selection?
Or like they're not like. There's a lot of people that don't like Artificial Selection.
That's shocking to me.
Yeah.
The thing that I find weird is that most people think that Mothership is the best album, but I think that album, while it does have a lot of bangers on it, that's the album that I skip the most songs on. I think like if we were doing a power ranking of Mothership, like putting the bottom spot wouldn't even be difficult because I think that there are bad songs on that album.
Oh, the bottom 3 spots are easy.
Yeah. Whereas like this album and Artificial Selection, every song is good, and that's why it's so tough to rank them and having to pick a worse song, you know, but Mothership definitely has some stinkers and yet people somehow think that that's like the greatest album they've ever put out, and that just kind of confuses me. Like it's good. I like the album a lot, but objectively there's better albums that they put out.
As a guy who used to think Mothership was their best album, because that's the one that I started on. I mean, like, I started on Instant Gratification, but, like, I came into the scene whenever Mothership was coming out.
Right.
So I was like, oh, it was, like, the thing everyone's talking about, so I listened to it a lot. And, like, I really was digging it a lot. And, like, when we've had conversation about DGD before, for people who aren't us listening,
right.
they know, they would not know that I often defend Mothership real hard for being one of their best albums. And at this point, it's at least fourth because like it is I think Mothership has some of my favorite songs of theirs on it.
Oh,
but
definitely.
Like 3 of them and then the rest are like, to me, good songs and then a couple that I would skip. And like in a world of DGD where it's very hard to skip a song on the majority of their albums, that's a pretty harsh blow, even though it doesn't sound like it.
Exactly. That's always been my argument for it. It's like it has really good songs on it, but the fact that it has any songs that I skip means that it is automatically worse than at least 3 other albums. Because they have 3 albums now that I don't skip a single song on them, being Afterburner, Artificial Selection, and Instant Gratification. I think all of the songs on all of those albums are perfect. So,
all right, what is number 12?
I'm gonna keep fighting for Prisoner, but that's just, again, it's a good song. I like it. It slaps, but like I don't think it necessarily does a ton compared to all other songs. I think that it's gonna be between, for me personally, I think like Prisoner, Parallels, and Say Hi are the ones that I would want to put in these like lower spots.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll put the question out to you again, Brennan. What are your feelings on Prisoner? Because we ended up kind of talking more about Night Sway when I brought that up last time.
Yeah, true. Yeah. For me, it's like the safest song. Like a lot of the other songs we bring up about this album, like they offer a lot more variety, a lot more transitions, a lot more like there's more like layers to it. Prisoner, I love Prisoner. I think it's more of like an experience. Like, it kind of felt like listening to it the first time. It felt like when I dropped acid the first time. Like,
well, damn.
Wow.
Like, and the music video even kind of mirrors that. Like the whole song's kind of chill, you know. But Tillian, like the very the opening part, like when he's singing, and he hits that note, like he basically just goes up the scale.
Yeah. I mean, that shit's euphoric. I will give you that. Like
he hits that top note, and I'm like, God damn, Tillian.
Yeah.
But then there's other songs on the record where, in the background, it seems like he's hitting higher shit.
Like
Sure,
one in a million.
Like 1
Well,
million.
actually, now that we're talking about this, I'm kind of thinking that Prisoner should at least be above Say Hi. Because the more I'm thinking about this, I don't really see any reason why Say Hi should be higher than...
That was going to be my counter argument.
Okay.
For Prisoner not being 12.
So,
Say Hi is, like I said before, it's like a Secret Band song, which for those of you who don't know who Secret Band is, it's basically Dance Gavin Dance without Tillian.
Yep.
Like it's just John Mess and Will Swan coming up with like breakdowns and fucking beats and all sorts of crazy shit where John Mess just controls everything, which is Secret Band, basically.
Yep.
Say Hi starts off as a Secret Band song.
It really, really does. That was my first thought when that song started. I was like, this just sounds like Secret Band. Like,
Which, granted, I love. Like, I'm not talking shit on Say Hi. I fucking love the song. I love that Tillian kind of seems more like a feature act on it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At some parts. Like, it's just... Yeah. It's a direction I always wanted to see DGD. I didn't want to see DGD go, but like I'm happy like Secret Band exists because it's like an outlet to where I can actually be like, oh, there's actually a band out there that's DGD without Tillian.
Right.
So it was cool they had a song like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely think it's kind of like a bold choice for them to put a song like that on the album. I feel like there's always one song on most of the albums where John Mess kind of has the majority of the vocal time.
Yeah.
But I really felt that with Say Hi. It sort of seems like a love letter to Secret Band more than like an actual DGD song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. I have strong feelings about both Say Hi and Prisoner personally. Mm-hmm. And I mean, like, you guys know that I have a pretty strong feeling about Prisoner because we've talked about it outside of this because it was one of the singles that dropped prior. We've talked about the 4 singles, which are 3 Wishes, Lyrics Lie, Prisoner, and Strawberry's Wake before this. It's some length. But now that we have it to compare against the rest of the album, I will say that Prisoner dropped down a good bit for me personally. I know that like before I was like defending the shit out of it. I still think it's a fucking awesome song. I really personally like it. I think it has a lot of really good elements to it. Like we said before, the euphoric shit at the beginning where fucking Tillian goes so hard. Like because that was the first single that dropped. And hearing that hit, I was just like, this album's going to be so good. Like that moment was like the moment that like pushed this album like up in contention, like for like at least like the top 3 albums. I was like, they're going in a good direction. And then like the shit in like the chorus itself, I really dig. I know I've come to realize it's not as much like a DGD classic sound as like what they usually do. So I understand that's why it kind of came down a little bit. But the thing that I will push so fucking hard about this song is the ending of this song. I adore the fuck out of the ending of this song, where John Mess is just going off, and the instrumental behind it is some of my favorite shit. Yeah, that DGD has ever done.
Honestly,
the instrumental at the end of that song.
The ending of that song felt very similar to what's the song off Artificial Selection? It was the first single they dropped.
Oh shit!
Midnight Crusade.
Midnight Crusade. It feels very reminiscent of Midnight Crusade, which is not a bad thing because that song is fucking incredible. But that was the first thing I thought of when, like the ending of that song is sort of like mirrors the ending of that song, where it's just kind of like there's like a sick drum beat and John Mess just fucking screams until the song ends, and it's really aggressive. It's really cool. So I will give you that. I do agree that the ending for Prisoner is pretty rad. I mean, the more I talk about it, the higher up I'm willing to put it. But
yeah, I just think that I think the main reason why it like has so much staying power for me is because it was the first song that we witnessed off of this album. Because like it was like boom, like there was a moment in time, like a good couple weeks where like all we knew about Afterburner was Prisoner. And I was feeling so good about it. I mean, we were all feeling good about it. We were texting about it. And we were like, holy shit, dude.
Right, yeah, I know.
And like that set the tone for me going forward. And I agree that it can be lower because they just kept pushing past it in a lot of ways. Not always, but in a lot of ways. I think they pushed like way far past it. And that's what you would want from a single to start it off. But because it set the tone for me for the way this album like eventually felt for me, it really holds a lot of power for me.
Right. Okay. Well, then I would say Say Hi is definitely going to take the number 12 spot. I think we can agree on that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
For the 11 spot, the only song I can think of putting under Prisoner is Parallels, which I think Prisoner is better than Parallels objectively.
I agree. Parallels is the one I don't like the most, and I will say that the thing that I don't like about Parallels, which like is almost never a problem for me in any DGD song, is the choices that Tillian made. And I don't like the way he sang the swing part. I wish he wouldn't have done like the weird fall off thing. It's just not. I'm not a fan of it, and that's why it kind of like it dropped a lot lower for me because I heard it and I was like, that's odd. It's not bad. It's just odd. Like he chose to do that, and I get it's kind of like a stylistic thing with the swing. Like I get that, but like I don't like it that much.
I liked it. I thought honestly, like I thought the swing portion was like the best part of that song, which was the only reason why I've kind of like kept it up this high. I think like the opening riff is cool. And like the entire opening section I think is pretty cool, but then just in general I think the song sort of isn't super memorable for me other than like the very beginning and the swing part. The rest of it is kind of flat for me.
Well, like
compared to the other songs because it is a good song.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna reiterate that again.
The reason why I really like it though is because the instrumental, like the swing part, the instrumental overall, I think is really fucking good and it really jumps out at me.
Oh yeah,
that's like the thing that jumps at me the most. And I think that overall, to me, the way that the vocals in that song, like all together, all the vocals fit with the instrumental, they didn't like hit the same level of like appreciation for me personally.
Okay.
And that's why, and that's like one of the only songs that did that for me on the whole album, which is why it's personally my bottom of the list. But I do still think it's good is the problem.
Right.
So
yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm totally down to put it 11.
Yeah.
I like Say Hi more. But,
oh, whoops. Sorry. Keep going. I keep interrupting.
No, it's okay. It was just before I was saying that like I have a bit of a pull towards Say Hi, and it's just that the way you talk about Strawberries Wake and the way the lyrics felt for you is the way I feel about Say Hi in a lot of ways. Like the lyrics really hit a very emotional place for me. So I immediately was like, fuck, I dig this. Because like you said, like,
dude, yeah, lyrically it's amazing.
Yeah, I like how you're talking about like the way like when you listen to Strawberries Wake and how like often the whole dildo pile lyric reference and like how like often the lyrics in these songs are just really a good time, and this song really was just like, damn, these lyrics like really caught me off guard and it like made me really appreciate it. I'm okay with putting it low though, like where we put it. I'm fine with 12 because I know that it's very much not DGD. It's very much Secret Band, and I'm okay with it. Like I get that, but damn. I just want to give it its appreciation because I personally put it near the top.
Okay, fair enough. And again, I mean, songs are art, and art is objective, and everyone's rankings are going to be different. But yeah, just for the sake of us having to collectively make a power ranking, we just had to put it kind of low.
But Brennan, what did you think of what is your throw in the argument for parallels?
Parallel, like. I brought up like the transition and then going into like the swing beat, but like the more I think about it, like that's kind of it. So
yeah. and like that's what I'm saying is like the instrumental is like really killer and like I really dig that about it. But like the more I like just like kind of keyed into the vocals more, it just kind of like I was like, well, I don't know, it just doesn't like hit me nearly anywhere as close as some of the other songs in this album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like right after the swing beat, like where it's just kind of Tillian singing, and like the guitar just kind of like doing its thing in the background. Like to me, like that sounded magnificent. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know. Can I put that over like? I don't know. Like, I don't know. For me, like that and Prisoner are like neck and neck. Yeah. But I could very easily make the argument for Prisoner being higher. Because like the end scream of Tillian, like right before like that killer like ending part. Mm-hmm. Like I actually sent Tyler a meme. It's like this dude looking like he's like nutting, and it says like load size, like large. And it's like when you hear that Tillian scream at the end of Prisoner. And it's just like, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
I'm cool.
Now that we're kind of saying this, like I think we've agreed that Parallels has taken that number 10 spot, but
the 11th spot? Or
what?
Wouldn't it be the 11th spot?
Oh, I'm sorry, 11. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't have numbers on this list. I forgot how many songs are on the album.
I just wanted to make sure. I was like, did I?
Yeah, no,
something?
11,
okay,
definitely. Cool. I think that the number 10 spot is either gonna have to go to Prisoner or Three Wishes, and I know that. Yeah, and the more we talk about it, even though I personally like Three Wishes more, I'm kind of feeling like Prisoner might deserve a spot over Three Wishes.
Okay. Can I just say that Three Wishes would be 10 and Prisoner would be 9, and that is exactly where I had them on my personal rankings.
Yeah, we'll go with it then.
well, no, and I'm not saying that like that's why we should pick it. I'm just saying that like, and we mentioned this before, Tyler, when we talked about it a little bit, is that Three Wishes is a really good song. It's really chill, it's really fun, and it's a vibe that like if you're feeling that vibe, you can jump to it, and I feel that. But I think that is great. But the things that Prisoner make me feel about this whole album, like that nostalgia of like that being the first song, the euphoric shit at the beginning, the instrumental craziness at the end, like that is so much more like that's DGD to me than Three Wishes just being like that's a fun DGD song.
Right, and that's the more we talk about this, the more I realize that like as much as I personally like Three Wishes, it doesn't necessarily hold a lot of weight compared to all the other songs objectively. Like, because like we said, there's all these very special things about Prisoner, about, you know, all these different sections that are really well done. And even though it's not necessarily my favorite, I think it is a stronger DGD song than Three Wishes objectively. So since we have to rank these objectively as possible, I would agree that I think Three Wishes should probably be beneath Prisoner, and I think that they should be in the 10 and 9 spots.
Agreed.
Dope.
Cool.
Three Wishes, like everything that holds Prisoner back for me on this list, Three Wishes does more so.
That's fair.
Like it's just there's nothing. I hate to use the word generic because there's nothing about Dance Gavin Dance that's generic, but it is kind of like a generic DGD song.
I don't know. I don't think it's a generic DGD song just because I think it is a very different vibe than a lot of their other stuff. But I think that is also what holds it back because it's not as dynamic or intricate as the other songs on the album. Just because they're going for a much different vibe. And I think they execute that very well. But objectively, since it is a lot less technical, a lot less layered, a lot less, you know, DGD, as it were, I think definitely we can't really put it above the number 10 spot.
I 100% agree.
So I think that the next one on the list is gonna be the Spanish one. Because it is a dope song, it is very groovy, but I can't sing along to it because I am white and I don't speak another language. So I think that just personally holds it back a little bit for me, just because I can't sing to it. Now, granted, I could go learn Spanish and do that. I could pretend I know Spanish and just memorize the syllables. But I don't know. I think that just because I don't know what it means. And this sounds racist, but it's not. I just like the other songs better.
Yeah, and it's it's hard to sing along with a song that you don't know the language of. Like, and I definitely like. I agree with that. I feel that because I'm like bopping to it in the car today, and I'm just like, well, I can't sing with this because I don't speak that language.
It's like if I pretend to say words, then that becomes actually racist because then I'm just making noise to try to blend in with the song. You know, it's just I don't know. It's a good song. I like the song. If we have to rank, I can't see myself putting any of the other songs remaining on the list below that one.
Oh man.
Yeah, I really like this song.
It just sounds amazing.
It does.
Sounds incredible.
It's really, really good. Like, it is a really fucking groovy song.
Oh,
but like,
God.
I think that I can't really justify putting any of the other ones that we have left below it. Like, everything else is like S tier banger in my opinion.
Do you guys know what it translates to at all?
I read this.
I think Brennan was explaining it to me a little bit before.
I read this one thing. This dude, like, I guess calentamiento global means like, I guess global warming or some shit.
Yeah.
Or like climate change.
Yeah, the way you move solves global warming is the chorus.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That is great.
And then the pre-chorus at one point is your hips cure disease, your ass brings world peace, and then it goes into. And okay, I love it so much, dude.
I love that. I really do.
I
but
didn't.
I still can't justify putting that higher personally.
Oh my gosh.
Well, what would you want to put below it, I guess?
Brennan, do you have an opinion on what you'd like to put lower than this? Because I feel like mine might be a little controversial.
Oh boy. I mean, the only song I could think of would be like "Born to Fail."
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Honestly, I'm not gonna fight that. Like,
I mean,
I like.
I
Born to Fail,
love
but, like,
"Born to Fail."
I do too.
I think I think for the sake of time, I can settle for the argument that we can put it below, below the Spanish one, because they were both really good songs, and I like them both for different reasons. And I think that if the overall point of this album was for them to branch out, I think you can't branch out any further than speaking Spanish and making just a full-on Latin metal song. So
that, even though I can't understand any of it, just how it sounds, like the notes he hits, the melody, the harmony, like it's just so amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
oh my gosh,
it's orgasmic. I mean, I'll give you that. Like, it is. I don't understand it, but I like it. You know. I can agree. I will like to say, before we move on from Born to Fail for the rest of this podcast, I might have already said this, but we've been talking for a while. I really like the ending part where they have the harmonies layered with the screaming. It's just ooh boy, it's so tasty, dude. I love it.
Yeah, Born to Fail is definitely one of those songs that, like, I can see myself, like, as I listen to this album more. Like, they're like my top like 5 songs when I'm gonna like go for them first, and then when it like shuffles to Born to Fail, it's gonna be that one that I'm like, fuck yes, more than like most other ones, you know, because I won't be thinking about it, but when it pops up, and be like, this song slaps, let's go. Like, yeah. I do like Born to Fail a lot. I think the like actual like, I don't even know how to describe it. I think the way that song flows feels very good, and that's like all I can say about it, because like it's just like, that's a good I feel it's a feel good song. I don't know what to tell you.
It's a damn good tune.
I mean, it's incredibly dark, but I mean,
I
mean, lyrically it's like, you might as well be a late-term abortion because you ain't gonna amount to anything, but like, you know, cool. I like it.
Whatever, yeah.
He's like, yeah, but that's cool.
Feel good song, you know?
I feel that, you know, it's cool. So, I know I fought really hard to argue that Into the Sunset is an incredible song, and it is, but since we're only left with complete triple S tier, God tier bangers,
it's the lowest one.
I think that Into the Sunset should take this next spot.
I guess my question is, are we doing, so like from Prisoner, where we were just at before that conversation, it then goes Born to Fail, and then the Spanish song?
All right, I will do. Yeah. I'll do a quick recap of where we're at.
Yeah. We're about halfway through.
Because I'm sure all of the listeners who are still listening to this are lost too. So number 13 is Night Sway. Number 12 is Say Hi. Number 11 is Parallels. Number 10 is Three Wishes. Number 9 is Prisoner. Number 8 is Born to Fail. Number 7 is the Spanish one.
I'm down with this.
So we are left with Into the Sunset, Nothing Shameful, Parody Catharsis, Lyrics Lie, Strawberries Wake, One in a Million. I think that since we can say blanket statement, all of the remaining songs that we have not listed yet are absolute god tier, and they could belong on number 1 spot on anybody's personal list. They're all incredible, in my opinion.
I mean, granted, not for the three of us, but I think you can make an argument of that for any of these.
You could, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think any one of these songs on like a, someone's subjective opinion could be a number 1 song, because this is an incredible album and all the songs are great, which we keep saying because it's true. But I mean, especially all these ones that we have left, I mean, the differences between them as far as like ranking them are going to be very like minuscule.
I have an argument to make about what belongs here.
Okay.
And I think that personally, 6 and 5 should be both of the vocal features.
Honestly,
I'm cool with
was kind of thinking the same thing. I'm going to be completely honest. That's where I had Into the Sunset as number 7.
6.
6, sorry. can't fucking count. As number 6, and then Nothing Shameful is 5.
I personally like Into the Sunset more than Nothing Shameful, but I said before that like I don't have a lot of attachment to Nothing Shameful, so I didn't give it or like anything about the vocal feature or anything, so I didn't go into it with much. So I would be willing to put Nothing Shameful above it just for the sake of I don't. As someone who doesn't know both of the features as well as you guys do, that I would be willing to give that up.
Okay. Well, Brennan, what is your thought on which one you think is better?
Well, for me, Into the Sunset's number 6 for me.
Okay.
Now, the one thing that of course has been like an overarching theme is that DGD has, definitely splintered out into like this crazy variety piece of Afterburner. But Into the Sunset, literally that's all the song is. It's just them branching out in like different like varieties and shit. But that's also why I can't have it above number 6, because like even though they are going into all like these crazy different avenues and shit, like the other 5 songs to me just sound better.
They are, yeah. That's where I'm at too. That's why I want to put it at number 6, because I'm like, it is an incredible song. It is very well done. It deserves all of the praise in the world for just being a really well done song. But compared to the other songs we have left, I just don't think it's as good, objectively.
Agreed. Plus, the Andrew Wells vocal feature. Now, granted, Bill Murray fucking slapped.
Right.
All right.
I wish the Bill Murray one was longer, personally, but
yeah, that probably would have helped it a little bit, in my opinion. But
yes, continue. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. But Nothing Shameful, like just like all of a sudden, like the song gets like real soft. And Andrew Wells and like a little bit of like background guitar just like ease you into like just this state of like nirvana. Like you just like all of a sudden I'm just like lower down onto like this flower bed, and I'm just listening to like listening to this dude sing to me in like really high tones that are just soothing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, take me away.
And then it just slowly like builds back up to the energy level they were at before, and then like the lyrics he's singing too are very like emotional, so it's like just the whole thing kind of just culminates in this very big, epic, emotional experience, that just, rockets you into the next half of the song. And I think that is just like so just incredibly done that it is absolutely 100% deserving of a spot above Into the Sunset.
Agreed.
Yeah. All right, we'll lock those in right now.
I literally couldn't say it better, because like I said, like they lower you into this flower bed, and like you said, like Andrew Wells, like the one part he's like, what the fuck's my purpose? Like he's like questioning himself.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, like you're going right back up the hill on the roller coaster, just into like more fucking experimental experience.
Yeah. That's a fucking incredible song, man. That song is like it's an experience, dude. All right, so we're down to the final 4.
Or the Frozen 4 if you like hockey.
So we've got Parody Catharsis, Lyrics Lie, Strawberries Wake, 1 in a Million. Like I said earlier, I think that 1 in a Million and Strawberries Wake are 1 and 2. Is there any argument against that?
I agree that 1 in a Million is the best song on the album. And I know that like you guys were arguing it against Strawberries Wake. I think 1 in a Million is like its own class to me personally, that I think it is the best one. And then I argue personally between Lyrics Lie and Strawberries Wake.
For the number 2 spot?
Yes.
So
I really like them a lot there.
So we're all going to be in agreement that Parody Catharsis is number 4.
Okay.
I'm okay with this.
I'm okay with that, honestly. I do want to kind of dive into that song a little bit though.
I do too.
Because that song slaps hard, and
it slaps so hard.
That's why it's so high up on this ranking. Because like the freaking rap parts, it only happens twice, and they're very short. And I wish they were longer, but they're very good. And I love Will Swan rapping. It's incredible. I wish they did it on more songs. I really do. Just I don't know. It's just super super fresh and slappy, and it just really sold me on the song like immediately. And it has good lyrics. and it's just a really groovy tune. So
I 100% agree.
yeah.
That was the song that like built its way up for me as I listened to it more. The one I was like alluding to at the very beginning of the podcast, where it was like originally I was like and then like I listened to it more and like caught more things about it as I went through it, and I was like, oh my god, this song is awesome. Yeah, that song's groovy as fuck.
Yeah, but I can agree that the other three are objectively better. So, I'm gonna say that Strawberries Wake is better than Lyrics Lie, only because of my emotional attachment to Strawberries Wake, which I've already gone into, so I'm not going to reiterate it. But I think Lyrics Lie is, and I said this to Brendan when Lyrics Lie came out, that I think that I would choose to listen to each one of these songs for different reasons, and I think that they're on the same level of good. But like, Lyrics Lie is a song that I would want to see at like a concert. It's a song I would want to like play in the car if I'm like road tripping with the bros, something I just want to like really jam out to. Strawberries Wake is a more like, it's not as like exciting or like it's not as like hype, I guess.
I don't think it's as aggressive is the way I feel about it.
So it's like, it's not necessarily something that I would want to listen to all the time, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I think, since it is such a really like emotional song lyrically, and it's smooth as fuck, I just think that still holds it in a higher regard than Lyrics Lie, in my opinion.
My argument is that John Mess says "Me go feed the pigeons" in Lyrics Lie, and that's I'm gonna drop the mic there and walk away. It's the best lyric of the year.
I also like whenever what was it? The one part where like him and Tillian are like screaming back and forth. Mm-hmm. And what does he say?
I mean, that part is really cool too. Yeah.
Yeah, like you like, what is it? Like you liked her, but she ended up being gay and liked your sister. Or
yeah.
Something. Like
that line is killer.
Like that. Like just. This is tough. Like when this came out, Tyler proposed to me that he thought Lyrics Lie was the best of the singles.
I did say that, yes.
And like for a minute I'm like, Tyler, no, like you're fucking stupid. Like there's no way. You know, like I just think like, no, like there's no way. But then like the more I listen to it, the more I'm like, he has a point.
Yeah.
You know.
I said, like it's not that it's necessarily like better than Strawberries Wake. I just think I like it for different reasons than I like Strawberries Wake. So you can kind of like either one of these could take either spot, I think. Yeah. But you know, it's just they're both very, 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 very good for different reasons.
Brennan, I wanna put something upon you. Okay.
Hit me with it.
Tyler has pitched for Strawberries Wake. I am going to put my money on Lyrics Lie because I think that Lyrics Lie, I like it more than Strawberries Wake. I think that Lyrics Lie both feels like a very like we were talking before, like more of a classic DGD feel. I think it has that, but it also tries things that like make it feel like this is the next step of DGD. Like they've got like just like really groovy tunes. They've, like you were talking about, the Tillian back and forth with John Mess in that is really good. I think that I am more ready to toss that bad boy on than Strawberries Wake solely because I want to fucking feel that song more than I like because like Strawberry Wake doesn't make me just be like, fuck yeah. Like Strawberries Wake makes me be like, fuck, this song's nice. And then Lyrics Lie is just like, fuck, I'm gonna like, we're all gonna hang out, we're gonna get drunk, and then we're just gonna fucking like headbang to it and fucking feel it like we do with like instant gratification or something. So that's my pitch on Lyrics Lie. I didn't think that Lyrics Lie was my favorite single when it had come out. Like after the 4 singles released, it was like, for me, it was like Prisoner and Strawberries Wake were the two that I was like, these two are feeling pretty good. Probably Strawberries Wake. And this last week, I've been listening to the singles more leading up to this. Lyrics Lie has so much surpassed it for me, in my opinion. So I will leave it to you, Brennan, because now you have an argument on both sides.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with your argument for Lyrics Lie. So like I don't care which one takes the spot because I I like them both equally. I was the one who liked the Lyrics Lie better in the first place.
I know. And I like Strawberries Wake
And
more
you all
in the
thought I was
first
an
place.
idiot, and now I'm the one in the other seat trying to argue the other way.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, go ahead.
Lyrics Lie. Like I said, when Tyler first brought it to my attention that he liked Lyrics Lie more than Strawberries Wake, I thought he was a buffoon. Now, Lyrics Lie, like I said, like it just has, it's basically like, you know how we said like Prisoner and Three Wishes were like not necessarily generic DGD, but it's like kind of like what you would expect from DGD. Like Lyrics Lie is like that, but like actually done right. Like they branch it out enough to where you're like, okay, this is like a unique experience that like the band is actually trying to branch out and do like different things, but still like they're very grounded in what they do.
Yeah, definitely.
Strawberries Wake is kind of like that. Like the ending, like how it goes into like a disco jam, kind of like at the end of the song. Like that's very reminiscent of like, you know, Inspire the Liars. Like I can't remember what the hell the song was on the last record that was like that, but like it does that. But the one thing I enjoy the most, like Tyler brought up like the lyrics. Like the lyrics are so like meaningful in Strawberries Wake, but like for me, like just the catchiness of the chorus and the like just how everything sounds, and like even John Mess like kind of like screaming and singing in like some parts, like I don't know, like it's definitely the one single out of the four that I've listened to the most. Oh, man, can I put it over? Can I put Lyrics Lie over it though?
I don't know. It's your call. It's you know, you're the one who's gonna make the final decision on this.
Well, to give you more time to think, are we going to say that 1 in a Million is the number one?
Yes, 1 in a Million is absolutely. the
yeah,
number
I'm
one.
behind
that
that
song
100%.
slaps on like fucking god tier levels, you know. And we've discussed it at length at this point, so I think that
I'm behind that
pretty
100%.
solidly in there.
Awesome, dope. So we are down to these two.
Yep. And it's all up to Brennan to decide
Ooh, boy.
how the list gets finalized.
No pressure. No one will make hate comments, probably.
That's because no one watches this, so we're obviously not gonna get comments.
See, I have come around to the fact that Lyrics Lie is a fantastic song. It branches, it, you know, encapsulates everything that's DGD and then some. But to me, Strawberries Wake is just like, it's like my Stroke God Millionaire of this album.
Damn.
Like
That's a heavy thing to put upon that.
now,
Because that song slaps.
like being like, okay, like if you go back to Instant Gratification, all right, We Own the Night, of course, is like the number one DG song ever. Like it's just like it has the most streams, more people bought that song, like it's their top song. But Stroke God Millionaire is my favorite because it just has everything. It's catchy, like, you know, John Mess is screaming, he's saying like wild shit that's like, dude, how, like, what are you even saying? But like to me, like Strawberries Wake, obviously it doesn't like go that direction, like everything's more like meaningful, but like every section of that song to me is just so fucking tasty. Like I just can't stop listening to it. Like I just can't, like, ever since it's come out, like Tyler's like, oh my gosh, this song slaps, and like I've seen the music video, like I can't, there's no way I could put Lyrics Lie ahead of it, even though I fucking love Lyrics Lie. So for me, Strawberry Wake's number 2.
All right. The decision has been made.
The tribe has fucking spoken.
Put the gavel down. Kagoosh. That's where the sound clip's gonna go.
Kagoosh.
All right, boys. Well, we have done it. It has been a fucking task.
Oh my god.
And it has taken a while and a lot of deliberation, but we have finalized the official power rankings of Afterburner. So let's recap, shall we? Coming in at the bottom spot, number 13, Night Sway.
Great song.
Great song.
We're just going to say that for every single entry. It's a great song. It's a great song.
Great song. Yep.
Yeah. Blanket statement, again, for the millionth time. These are all dope songs.
Yeah.
So listen to all of them, please. Number 12, Say Hi.
Great
Number
song.
11, Parallels.
Great song.
Great song.
Number 10, Three Wishes.
Great song.
Great song.
Number 9, Prisoner.
Good song.
Great song. Oh.
Number 8, Born to Fail.
Great song.
Number 7, Spanish.
Calamiento Global.
Number 6 is Into the Sunset. Number
Good
5,
song.
Nothing Shameful.
Great song.
Number 4, Parody Catharsis.
Pretty good.
Number 3, Lyrics Lie. Number 2, Strawberries Wake. And number 1, definitively, is One in a Million, which was decided far before a lot of these other things were put in place.
We kind of figured out which ones were going to be in the top 3 pretty early on.
Oh man, boys, it was it's been really fun getting to dissect the ever-loving fuck out of this album with you guys.
Fuck yeah.
This
It was a
is
journey.
one of the greatest albums I've ever heard, and obviously it's my favorite band. Spoiler alert for the top 10 bands episodes we have coming out, which haven't dropped yet, which we've already recorded. Upload schedule, man. It's all fucked. Yeah, so this has been our review of Afterburner and power ranking of the order of the songs. If you enjoyed this video, please let us know by giving us a like if you're watching this on YouTube, or 5 stars if you're listening to the audio version on Apple Podcasts. That will help us out a ton, and we would really, really appreciate it. Please let us know in the comments below how much you disagree with our rankings for the songs. Love to hear your opinions on why you like the songs that you like more than other songs. And again, if you haven't listened to this album yet, you definitely should. It is an absolute fucking banger of an album. 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, I would say.
Hell yeah.
It's
And
just-
if you haven't listened to Dance Gavin Dance, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what the fuck are you even doing? Go listen
Why are
to
you
Dance
even
Gavin
listening to
Dance,
this?
you fucking noob. Jesus. Do you even know what music is? Probably not. Go fucking educate yourself, man.
Go check
God.
out what musical art actually sounds like.
Yes. And
If-
make sure you listen to all of their songs sometime this year, because at some point we're going to be doing Tippity Top podcast on our top DGD songs. And I guess that's a good time to plug our other show that we typically do, the Tippity Top podcast, where we rank our personal shit for random topics. So if you like hearing our voices rant and rave about how good DGD is, maybe you'll like hearing us talk about other random topics for long stretches of times. Go check those out on our channel, The Talks a Lot Boys. Yeah, so I guess that wraps it up. So I will leave you with this. 1 second of John Mess screaming, but he's pitch shifted up very high.